Progressive Bassmaster Elite Series Lawrence. Bassmaster Elite from Lake Tenkiller in Cookson, Oklahoma. Live coverage brought to you by TH Marine today. Our live and fairly damp coverage right now. Our hats off to our anglers and our camera guys for keeping everything dry enough to at least fish or sit out and wait it out. Some of our anglers are doing that right now, including our leader right now, Andrew Loberg. I'm perfectly dry here in the studio. I'm running. To prove it, we'll take a shot inside the Bassmaster studio, sponsored by Marathon. Here with Ronnie Moore and Davey Height. And guys, Andrew Loberg, very, very impressive young guy. And he's making a great play to be the third rookie winner this year.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's surprising that he's backed up the 17-pound stringer first day and today. The weather is the big thing, and we knew this coming in. They were calling for showers, and if it rains a quarter of an inch, the lake would continue to fall, we all believe. If it rains an inch, it's going to rise or at least stay stable. I think that's critical for Andrew Loberg's success going forward. He's flipping bushes, he's fishing marina a little bit, but if the water falls off of those bushes too much, I don't know that he has a plan B.
All right. Came out here last year and really showed us how good he was in his campaign to make it to the Elite Series, Ronnie.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned it earlier. His best finish in the Opens last year, a second just down the road at Lake Eufaula, losing to Easton Fothergill, who had an 8-14 to take that victory. Single big bass there. But my thought at this point in the day is Bob Downey, we've seen him with a swim jig, a flipping jig, and also a swim bait now. Loberg's mixed in a frog and flipping. You're going to have multiple things going for you. Sometimes, Davey, it's distracting when you don't have a one bullet in your gun and you have multiple options. But with how much it's changing, the type of banks you're fishing, if Bob Downey lives up lake flipping, goes down lake swim baiting, he's gaining momentum, in my opinion.
I think he is too. Absolutely right.
Same with Combs. Combs, what he did yesterday versus what he's doing today, he's going to be dangerous tomorrow.
Let's see.
Speaking of momentum, he's got the biggest string of a tournament unofficially, Keith Combs. So you got to keep your eye on him.
No doubt about that. Let's get some evidence of what we've been talking about here as we take a look at our Lose midday report, starting with Jordan Lee.
Yeah, you look at Jordan Lee, currently in 6th place, 28 pounds and an ounce unofficially. You mentioned flipping up the lake and down the lake. Absolutely what Jordan Lee's doing. Just a flipping stick in his hand. Basically just a creature bait is what we've seen him use, but he has been moving from the clear water to the dirtier water, different parts of the lake. You can see here he's on a flatter bank. We've seen him fish a little steeper stuff. He's keeping it mixed up, which is always good when you have changing conditions like you have here this week.
And he's already talked about it, Tommy, just an hour or so into day 2 of this event, trying to make winning decisions, taking those calculated risks, going up and checking places they haven't fished since Tuesday of practice for the final day. If it pays off, it's big for you. If it doesn't, guys like him can take a mental note, stow it away, and maybe come back to there on a Sunday or something like that.
Let's go to Trey McKinney. We saw him float up into the top 5 about midday yesterday, and we said, well, that's worth noting right there because he always makes a difference in these tournaments when he can get up in the top 10.
Yeah, and it seems like, particularly with him, the almost 2 years we've watched him here on the Bassmaster Elite Series, when you see him in the top 10, he stays in the top 10. Yeah. And he has done that here, but he's not been able to make any move. He's actually fallen back. The distance between him and 1st and 2nd place has gotten a little wider. To be honest with you, it's a little surprising that he doesn't have a better weight than he does so far today. But I think the water stabilizing, maybe even coming up a little bit, the clouds, the heavy rain in the part of the lake that he spent most of his day has hurt what he's doing. Now, if it clears up like they're calling for it tomorrow afternoon and less chance of rain and clouds Sunday, it could be all in his favor.
Ronnie, you mentioned how impressive he is. We're all impressed with Bob Downey out here these past day and a half here.
Yes, and it reminds me a little bit, like you start to get into a tournament and you see similarities to other events we've had. He is from the upper Midwest, has a lot of affliction and love for Lake of the Ozarks. I said Tenkiller might be in your favorite 5 lakes. You think about Neely Henry, a flooded, longer river-type lake, and he was in our top 10. He was punching trash mats, doing other stuff on the main river. This really feels like a Wisconsin, Minnesota type of river fishery, and that's what Bob Downey's doing this week.
St. Croix, upper Mississippi,
absolutely.
That sort of thing right there. Bob Downey, obviously. Very skilled along those lines here. Been hanging in there in 3rd place for a long time today, too.
Very skilled, but, I mean, he fishes just like you would think he would. His demeanor is just like Keep it simple, keep it calm, do what you do. And really and truly, it's been 90% flipping jig, swim jig, a little bit when we get some weather coming in, throwing that swim bait, which he has caught a good fish or two both days.
Our first really good look this year at Andrew Loberg, and it has been most impressive. He's very confident, very calm, and seems to know what he's doing out here. He's making all the right moves.
Yeah, just another look at one of our rookies. We spend more time with some of the others so far, but we have watched Andrew a lot today. Very impressive. Like you said, he's very calm, cool, and collected. You can tell he has fished a lot of tournaments, had a lot of success, and he's handled it well. Can't stop thinking about that fish that he lost this morning for a lot of different reasons, but here's one thing, it did not rattle him. And he has done well after losing that 4-pounder early this morning. Solid fish, not catching any more fish, not catching as many fish as some of the anglers, but the quality is definitely better for him.
And I'll correct myself. I said he was just flipping and throwing a frog. Reminded me watching that, throwing a chatterbait around dock floats as well. If they get off those bushes, he's lived enough near marinas that I could think he could still scrounge out, maybe not 17 pounds off marinas, but enough to stay near the top for sure.
Andrew Loberg has all but matched his yesterday's weight of 17.9. He's just a couple of ounces away from that. That's going to make it. He may have 35 pounds before he gets back to the weigh-in today. You just don't know. And that would be probably outpace everyone's expectations for what a winning weight track would be.
In a tournament where you don't fault them for not being consistent.
Yeah.
He would be absolutely consistent.
Looks like Jordan has ventured up the lake again. Spent about an hour up here mid-morning. Went back down the lake, but he's definitely back up stained water area of the river.
Schlopper, apparently the good bit of that storm has passed now. And these guys can get back down to business depending on exactly where they are.
Well, we hit 16.1 yesterday, showing there unofficially 24.1, so that's 8 pounds without looking at Bass Track is all he's got so far today. Much slower, about half of what he weighed in yesterday.
I'm amazed if Jordan Lee stays in our top 10. He started this event 52nd in the AOI points. Right now he's inside the cut around 35th. Today we've had a development in the AOI. Jay Shakir had a 42-point lead. It's under 30 points right now to Chris Johnston, and Trey McKinney is also within 34. But the Paul Marks has taken over the Rookie of the Year. He's up like 50 points on Fothergill and Tucker Smith.
We were looking at the rookie race earlier, and Andrew Loberg not doing as well as his roommates, but you look at that group and you say, well, two of them won an elite event, and the other one just happened to win the Bassmaster Classic. So kind of tough to hang with that crowd so far this year.
No kidding. That's strong. That's a great point.
Just not seeing them.
I don't know it for a fact, but I suspect Lake Tenkiller gets a lot of fishing pressure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tucker's got another one. Yeah, little guy.
Yeah, I was there for just a day earlier this week, and billboards, going to restaurant, people, I mean, the community knows all about bass fishing, and the Bassmaster Elites are there.
Trey McKinney, looking at there on the left, remarked multiple times about how educated they are. And,
yeah.
you know, he, of course, by some of that he means educated since these guys landed here. As you pointed out, they're so good, they turn up the pressure immensely.
Yeah, but I think you're right also that they probably get an opportunity to be educated 365 days a year.
Here in Jimmy Houston country, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rode by Jimmy Houston Marine the other day. And we all have known of it, heard of it for many years, but I did not know he had Jimmy's Sub Shop right beside it,
I
connected
didn't know
to
that.
it.
Yeah.
Got to have one of Jimmy's subs.
Did you try one?
No.
You could have got another sandwich named after you, David.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I could have gone in and asked them to make me some kind of crazy sandwich. It could have been Davy's bomb.
We want to make sure we say thank you to our local hosts here. Our local host being the Oklahoma Ozarks Tourism Association. This is a part of the Ozarks Plateau up here, the Cookson Mountains, just a sort of a subset of mountains within this area, which has so many beautiful highways and tours that you can take, great places like Lake Tenkiller to stop and spend a vacation time at. Beautiful part of the world.